Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is Amboy, and you're on the Bear Strong Castle vlog. We're doing something different today. Well, there was this article I just read. It's on the internet, and it's called 10 Things You Learn About an Only Child When You Date One. So I looked at this and I was like, man, I'm an only child. And let me see if there's things that's on this article that pertains to me. And let's see. So I'm not just gonna pertain this on dating. I'm just gonna pertain this as an only child, single myself. So it can go with dating, but I'm just gonna see if there's any tendencies here that I'm familiar with. And it says, one, we're used to having the bed to ourselves. And I will say that this is correct. When I was in the United States and I was living with my aunt, me and my dad had to share a bed. And for me, I cannot share a bed. Whenever I have somebody that's on the bed, if I'm not the only one that's on the bed and there's someone there, I just can't sleep really easily. It takes me hours maybe to get me to sleep. So I would have him sleep then have me sleep for like, I'll probably be on the computer or something like that and just sleep. I'll be sleeping like around 3 to 4 a.m., yo. And it was crazy. And when I was in relationships way before, when I had girls sleeping over, I would be comfortable. I would love the feeling, but I wouldn't like the feeling too long. So that's a tendency, yes. That's a tendency of being an only child. We're used to having the bed ourselves, and which is true to me. Number two, we're very close to our parents. For me, I would say 50-50. I would say 50-50. My dad and me were not that close. We have same traits. I do the same things that he does on some things, but we're not really that close. Me and my mother passed away in 2013, and me and her, I think we were very close. I can talk to her about anything. Of course, if there was something wrong with me, being the only child, it was hard because I couldn't just say a lot of things to them. I was scared I would get punished and get the palo, and I would get the discipline. So me and my mother would be close, but I just couldn't say a lot of things to them. And just losing my mom in 2013, that really hurt me a lot because she wasn't here in the Philippines. She was over there in the United States where she passed away. And I didn't get to see her a lot. The last time I seen her alive was in 2011 when I went to visit over there in the United States. So with me, this is not it's like a 50-50. I know some people that are only child, they are very close to their parents. And for example, my dad's new wife, she's an only child and she's very close to her parents. Her parents are like her best friends, and I see that in her. Number three, we're loyal. It says here, since we didn't have any siblings to protect or to be protected by in adolescence, I found out that most only children, myself included, are fiercely loyal. We see our closest friends as family because we seek that inimitable brotherly, sisterly bond. So we treat them accordingly, both the good and bad. I myself would put myself in this category as loyal. I have a lot of friends and I'm a friendly person. I think that came with the territory when I was a little kid. I always had a lot of friends when I was a little kid. We used to play baseball, we used to play sports all the time. And me being loyal in other things, like in my sports, I'm loyal, so loyal. Even when they keep on losing, I'm still rooting for them, and I'm still a fan of them. My three teams in sports is the Golden State Warriors. I know they're winning right now, and I was a fan way before they were winning. Um, my other sport team is the San Francisco Giants, which they just lost, man. But even before they were winning championships, I was still a fan of them, and I am a San Francisco 49er fan. And they were winning championships when I was a little kid, and after they started not winning championships, I'm still a fan up to this day. And I am very loyal to many things. I will not, if I'm attached to something, it's very hard for me to get away. Number 4, y'all, we're stubborn. It says here, only children have never had to accommodate for other people. It's not like we had little brothers or sisters to wait on. So we can be a tad bit stubborn, perhaps even selfish, but never tell us that. That is by far one of the worst things you can possibly say to us. It is true with me. I am stubborn. Yes, I'm stubborn. Even though things don't go right, I will still try to get things right. And I'm very pasaway in a lot of things, and I'm very stubborn. And a lot of people, they see that in me, and I see that in me, and it's just, it is perhaps even selfish, it says here, and we didn't have little brothers or sisters to wait on, so I want I want things be done my way at this time, and if it doesn't get that way, I get mad and I try to force it, and that's me. Number 4 is me. I'm stubborn. Number 5, it says here, we consider our pets as siblings. This doesn't pertain to me. I remember having pets. It's not even my pet. Whenever I had a pet, my own pet, not my parents' pets, because my parents' pets, they didn't care anything about them. I wouldn't, it was theirs, so I wouldn't care about the pet. I don't want to care about the dogs. But when I had my own pets, I would take care of them. I would, I would train them, and I would not act like they were my siblings, like they're my brothers or sisters. I would act like I was their father, and I'm the one that's teaching them. So number 5, we consider our pets as siblings, maybe with other only childs. But with me, this is not the case. Number 6, we probably had an imaginary friend at some point. Again, this is not me. I never had an imaginary friend, since I had so many friends when I was a little kid, and up to this day, I have so many friends. So I never had an imaginary friend, and if I met an only child that had an imaginary friend, I don't know what I would say. Number 7, we have interesting hobbies. It says here, my parents tried getting me into everything: karate, hockey, soccer, you name it. As it turns out, I like to draw, and that's what it says in this article. It's not me. When I was a little kid, my parents got me into music. They got me into playing piano. They got me into singing. They got me into sports and playing basketball. They got me into bowling. And I got into video games. So I had interesting yes, I did have interesting hobbies. I even collect baseball cards when I was a little kid, and that taught me like a lot about business just with baseball cards. So those were like my interesting hobbies. And today my interesting hobbies, It's probably just the internet. It's just probably the computer. It's probably just making these videos. It's probably just creating things. And yeah, that is pretty interesting. Number 8, we like to be left alone. I could relate to number 8. Yes, we like to be left alone. I could go anywhere alone, anywhere, and I don't need a kasama because I'm so used to being alone. I need alone time because I was used to having privacy, having my own room. I needed that alone time, you know, not with an imaginary friend, but with myself, to just to get away with the hectic schedule, with the things that life is going after, the troubles, the pains, the stress. I like to be left alone a lot of times. And when I get left alone a lot of times, I get more work done. Like I'm doing right now, I'm getting this work done for you guys because I want to do this vlog for you guys, so I'm getting it done. And it's actually like around 12:30 in the morning right now. And for example, I'm here at this house by myself. I like being alone. I'm so used to being alone, so I have no problems being alone. Number 9, we don't like to share. I can be this, but there's sometimes that I do like to share, and I can say 50-50. I can say 50-50 on this. So the way that I don't like to share is people will call me kuripot sometimes, will call me madamot sometimes, but they don't know my situation. I'm not used to sharing things. I'm not used to having brothers or sisters or siblings to share things with. So with my friends, I share things, okay? I share things with them. But don't try to ask me to share things all the time. Don't think that I have so much money over here and over there because I'm the only child and my parents give me money and I have a lot of money and I'm just gonna give it to you all. No, that's not the case, because I am an only child. I'm not used to sharing, so don't expect me to share all the time. And I don't mind for people calling me kuripot sometimes. I don't mind for people calling me madamot sometimes. It's just the only child in me. I'm not used to sharing, y'all. It says here, it's right. We're not being rude. We're not trying to be selfish. It's just how we were raised. And number 10 is we like to get our own way. Yes, I can relate to this too. There's a lot of things that we don't take well, and it's the word no. And it says here, choose your words wisely, be complimentary when you're negotiating with us. And with me, I'm a negotiator, so pick your words wisely when you're negotiating with us, because we think different. We have the selfish way. All right. What are we getting out of it? What are we getting out of it with this deal? I want something. I'm gonna give you this, but I want something. I want to get my way out of this. And we can't take no for an answer. This is mainly me. I lead in a lot of things, and I be saying, yeah, we need to do this, we need to do that, and we need to get this and done, and we need to take this away. And I like to have my own way. Well, there you have it. Those are the 10 things to know about, to learn about an only child when you date one. I didn't really think if it was on dating or something, but that's what only child is. But I think only like 2 of them I didn't relate to, or 4 of them, and another 2 of them where I was like 50-50. So so if you want to know me as an only child, I do like having the bed to myself. 50-50 on being close to my parents. I'm very loyal. I'm very stubborn. I don't consider my pets as siblings You know, never had an imaginary friend. I did have interesting hobbies. I like being left alone. I don't like to share, and I like getting my own way. If you're an only child, go ahead and comment. Is this you? Is this really you? And thank you for viewing another BearStrong Castle vlog. I'm sweating here because I have no fans. Sorry if you've seen all this wetness. Peace.
This is cool fact. You lose weight on cold showers. Now I'm wondering. Wait a second. Over here in the Philippines, a lot of people, mostly people take cold showers. That's why it's mostly skinny over here. So I was like, man, I need to take more cold showers. But yeah, here with my pink pillows.